Please welcome Kol Echad and Kolenu to sing the national anthems. Please rise.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets were glad, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Kolot balevav penima, nefesh Yehudi homia, uthatem Mizrach kadima, ayin letzion Sophia, od lo avta tikvateinu, hatikva bat shnot apayim, lihiot am chofshi be'artzeinu, Eretz Zion be'Yerushalayim, lihiot am chofshi be'artzeinu, Eretz Zion be'Yerushalayim.
Please welcome Head of School, Dr. Sarah Schulkind.
Welcome, everyone. I prepared remarks, but what I want to start out by saying is how personally meaningful it is to me to reconnect with so many students and parents who I had in the years that I was the middle school principal or the head of school at Sinai. I can't tell you what it's meant to see you and see you still connected to Milken and to the Jewish community as a whole. Athletes, coaches, esteemed guests, and friends of Milken, welcome to the inaugural Milken Athletics Hall of Fame. This is really a celebration of both excellence in athletics and community, and athletics has been a point of pride for us for the school's 33 years. And tonight, we have the privilege of celebrating the best of the best. So many people played an integral role in making this happen, and I want to take a moment to acknowledge some of them. First of all, thank you to Sammy Lawrence, class of 2014, who is our alumni relations manager, who is totally surpassing all expectations we had for the evening and the role overall. To our entire external relations team and athletics administration, you worked so hard to make tonight happen and to make it meaningful for our inductees and for the community as a whole. And also, I want to recognize Gail Sroloff, Milken's first athletic director. Gail, we're so honored you're with us, and we'd love if you could rise so we could recognize the decades of service you gave to Milken. The room is filled with current and former Milken athletes, and this evening is all about you. So if you are or have been an athlete for Milken, please rise so that we can recognize you. Thank you. The room is also filled with coaches, past and present, and we know that our athletes are who they are because of the coaches who mentored them and supported them and challenged them along the way. Milken coaches, past and present, please rise so that we can recognize you. A special thank you to the Hall of Fame recruitment and selection committees. Thank you for your hard work, your dedication, your tireless hours to making this happen. This is a truly incredible evening. The Hall of Fame has given us all time to reflect on a lifetime of memories, friendships, and pride that define the essence of Ruach at Milken, that define who we are. I've joked with many of you that when our athletic team and our external relations team and alumni team told me that we were going to do this, I was pretty skeptical. I couldn't imagine. Like, who would fly across the country to be here? But I was wrong, obviously. We have athletes who have traveled all the way across the country to be here tonight to celebrate their own teams and one another. Milken's mission says that our school, founded on Jewish values, is about who our children can become and about how they help others become who they might be. As an educator, I've always believed that this mission applies on the fields, courts, and tracks just as much, if not more, than it does in our classrooms. Athletics is a playing field for applying our mission and our values, and one that teaches us to commit to the success of others and to create the kind of community that we want to become. It is so fitting that this inaugural Hall of Fame is occurring during a moment in Milken's history that I believe will transform both the school, our athletic program, and the future of the Jewish community. You all know that given the support of our Board of Trustees, that we acquired the formerly known Milken campus, tripling the size of Milken's footprint. Eventually, with continued work on our community's part, we will be able to create our very own Milken Athletics Complex. And we view this expansion as the single most important initiative in the Jewish community today. The stronger Milken becomes, the more vibrant the Jewish community as a whole will be. We're at the very beginning of identifying our plans, and we know we have to raise $100 million plus. I know. But whatever, it's only money, you know? But when you look at the room today and you recognize what athletics meant to this community and still means to this community, we know we can do it, and we are so excited about the opportunity it provides. A member of Milken's board, Rabbi Ed Feinstein, and our scholar in residence, recently said that the acquisition of the campus is a testament to the power of Jewish imagination. So all of you here tonight, I ask you to imagine what Milken Athletics will become when we have our own football and soccer fields, when we have 6 tennis courts, an additional gymnasium with bleachers that don't pull halfway into the, and a state-of-the-art wellness and performance center. Imagine what that will do for future Milken athletes and for the Jewish community as a whole. In addition to our new facilities, we've been growing our program. We've added off-season conditioning and sports. We've added 18 full-time coaches onto our Milken staff. We've added, in line with our mission, a service component to every team and every sport. And now 70 to 85% of our students every year play in our athletic program, meaning that we have over 2,000 alumni athletes. And I'm proud to announce tonight that we're going to leverage the potential of our alums even further. We're going to start by engaging our alums in an alumni advisory committee for boys basketball and girls volleyball, with plans to expand that further. As we look to the future of Milken athletics, we recognize the incredible strength of our foundational past. We celebrate the friendships formed that you can feel in the room tonight. And we celebrate the pride that got us to this point. To our inductees, thank you for inspiring us with your achievements and for reminding us of the power of perseverance, passion, and Jewish community. And to our coaches, Milken families, and Milken staff, thank you for the instrumental role you played in building Milken athletics to what it is today. To all of you in the audience, as we heard Kol Echad sing Hatikva, I know that you share my understanding that Jewish education and the Jewish community has never been more important than it is today. And as you feel through athletics, those connections are for a lifetime. It's not only about what happens on the football field or the basketball court or the soccer field. It's about the wedding that I understand is happening across the street at Stephen Wise of a Milken alum, filled with other Milken alums in attendance, or the way that you all greeted one another when you walked in the door. These are the connections and the building blocks for the Jewish community that we want to be. Thank you for joining us this evening.
I remember her playing handball in elementary school, and she was the best player. And she wasn't only the best player, she was the leader. She would organize everyone. She was both a natural athlete and a natural coach and a natural leader in sports.
To me, she was the athlete of Milken. She was unmatched in her skills, in her passion, and in her demeanor.
I would describe Rachel as a very aggressive athlete. She was a defender in soccer, and she played volleyball a little bit like she played soccer. She was very aggressive.
She was an All-American, and she set a school record for digs. She averaged 6.6 digs per set, which is a number like watching an NBA basketball player pour in 30 points per game on average. It's just a massive, massive number.
She was always setting up everybody around her for success, but she was always saving the ball, always rescuing the ball, making sure other folks got their best hit or their best shot.
She brought everyone up with her. She wanted to be a good leader for the team and to make the whole team better.
Rachel was just really outstanding at being able to see what was happening on the other side with the hitters interacting with the blockers with where she was, and be able to solve that equation in like 0.5 seconds.
I feel like these honors, they're just as much about like physicality and strength as they are about character. And Rachel sort of checks off all of those boxes. She embodied everything that's positive about sports. Being a good athlete, naturally talented, but also having a love of the game, having a love of the team, being a good leader, being a positive leader. She just always carried herself with grace. She was kind to everybody. Even though she was always the best athlete on the court, she was really supportive of everybody else, always rallied around the whole team. She was just a natural leader. I'm really excited that she's being recognized for the force that she was in Milken athletics.
She is the best blocker we've had at Milken. She holds the record for that and for career stats.
She set records here as a volleyball player at Puget Sound, and volleyball wasn't even the best thing that she did. She was an even better student whenever she walked off the court. And that's just amazing to me that she had that kind of potential and fulfilled all of it.
Rachel is a two-star Wildcat athlete. She played not only volleyball, but she played soccer. She was also a very, very good student. She was a leader here on our campus. She led by example, more so than by her words, both in action and also in her attitude. She should be inducted into the Hall of Fame because she really exemplified what it meant to be a Wildcat.
Please welcome Lely Kiesler, class of 2005, and Upper School Associate Athletic Director.
Rachel Gross's career at Milken as a volleyball and soccer athlete was truly synonymous with excellence. Rachel was a two-time All-CIF soccer athlete and two-time volleyball league MVP. On the soccer field, Rachel was a force and led the team both on offensive and defensive fronts. On the volleyball court, Rachel recorded 183 blocks, which is still Milken's all-time record. Playing volleyball with Rachel at Milken, I learned what it meant to leave your heart on the court. She led by example and made sure that we all worked hard, but had fun while doing so. Rachel later went on to play volleyball at University of Puget Sound. There, her accomplishments on the field or on the court were mirrored by excellence in the classroom, as she was recognized by ESPN the magazine on their academic all-district team in 2007. Rachel is truly one of the most talented athletes in Milken's history. Let's join together as a community to congratulate Rachel on her induction to the Milken Athletics Hall of Fame. Rachel, please join me on stage.
Adam was a great friend and teammate. So we were on the cross country team together.
He sort of looked like when he was running, it was crazy. It was like his top half didn't move and then his bottom legs like looked like a bicycle.
One of the things that stands out so many years later is just how joyful and fun and silly he could be. But when it came time for the race, he was a fierce competitor. He almost always came in first place, but he made it look super effortless.
Adam is a great example of how to be really, really good at something and be humble at the same time, because Adam is tremendously more talented than I am. He was more talented than most people on the team. But you'd never know that with the way he carried himself, the way he talked to people, just the way he went about himself. I think that's a hard skill to master, is because it takes a certain amount of ego or cockiness, whatever you want to call it, to be that good at something, to compete at that level, just to have that kind of faith in yourself. But to be able to do that while also being a pretty humble person is really impressive.
All of us were like, where did you come from? Like, Jews aren't supposed to be this fast.
Adam is incredibly competitive. Phone games, running, obviously, but really just anything that we would do on the team, he just had to be the best at. We used to take the little orange caps on top of Gatorade bottles and flick them at each other. It's not a difficult thing to do, but it's hard to be really accurate at it unless you're Adam, because Adam would practice and practice and practice at it. And I swear by the end of college, he could put a Gatorade cap through a sheet of paper from 10 feet away.
He went on to run track at UNC, and he was amazing. Yeah, he ran the mile in 4 minutes or something like that, and he made it to the Olympic trials for that, which is just an unbelievable achievement.
I think just the genuine joy that he took from competing, to run. Everyone who runs at that level, who's a Division I athlete, has talent, right? But there's having talent and there's having a gift, and Adam was the latter. And so when you have something like that, I think a lot of times it can become a burden. I mean, everyone's seen stories about these incredibly gifted athletes that just burn out when they get to the next level because it just becomes too much. But being able to just take genuine pleasure in what you're doing while having that kind of pressure on you is remarkable.
I'm really proud of him. I'm really excited for him. It's a no-brainer that he's in the Hall of Fame.
He was the star of the team, and he went on to do amazing things in college as an athlete too.
I'm really proud of him. This is a really sweet and special honor. He has lots of medals in his cabinet, but this one feels especially sweet.
There's good people and there's good athletes, and it's a lot rarer, I think, to find someone who kind of encapsulates both. And that really is Adam, because he's a tremendous athlete. He's one of the most talented runners that I've ever been around, and I've been around some really good runners. And he's also one of the best people that I've ever been around. And so having that combination of being an awesome person and an awesome runner is Hall of Fame worthy in my mind.
Please welcome Eli Mankoff, class of 2024.
As a member of the Milken cross country and track and field teams, I know firsthand that it is hard to keep up with Adam. Adam is the most decorated cross country and track and field athlete in school history, earning All-CIF 3 times across the 2 sports. In 2007, his 4-minute and 10-second mile time was his personal best and the 6th fastest time in the entire state of California. After graduating from Milken, he went on to run track and field and cross country at the University of North Carolina. While at UNC, Adam received all ACC honors in both track and field and cross country. Adam was impressive on the track and is just as impressive as a person. I know this firsthand. Adam has mentored me as I have pursued my own journey to run at the collegiate level, and as I chased his many records. Adam, you truly deserve this recognition. Please join me in celebrating Adam Cunningham as he joins me on stage to accept this award.
I remember one time she went up to hit a ball that was super tight on the net. She hit the ball, stopped herself, and was ready to go for the next play. And I remember looking at my assistant coach going, nobody else could do that except for Ariella.
I think we were down and she scored a goal off of a flip throw, like literally one of those ones where you flip and you throw it and it went in, and we won the game.
Ariella is an incredible athlete. Probably one of the most athletic kids who've come through Milken. She was very agile. She was able to change directions very quickly, which I think she could have played probably any sport she wanted to at Milken and have done really well.
Ariella is an incredible athlete. She played soccer and volleyball. She learns very quickly. She's very fast. She's very skilled.
She always was trying to outwork the other person, but she wouldn't do it in a way where she was trying to be so in your face about, right, how she was working so hard. She really just led by example.
We called her the silent assassin because she was so quiet.
She was never the loudest person in the room, and like you wouldn't know like she had this like insane talent, but then when she was playing any sport, it was just like she was going to be a star.
She was really great about bringing people together, and even though she might not have said many things, when she did say things, people wanted to listen and they were willing to follow her.
I mean, as a person, she always treated everyone with a tremendous amount of respect. I don't think I ever experienced a time where she would look down on others. She tried to uplift everyone. That was really her MO.
She had a very intense competitiveness that permeated our entire team.
Ariella was always really competitive, and that came out in a lot of different ways and clearly translated into her on-field performance to the point that she took it and went and dominated college ball as well.
Just seeing how she could do everything she set her mind to kind of inspired me to do the same. I think that's honestly what helped me like get through law school and get this federal clerkship that I have now.
When I think about athletes at Milken, I think of Ariella. She is the epitome of a hard worker, of a dedicated athlete, a dedicated student, a great friend. I can't think of anyone else that would deserve it more than she does.
She's in the top 5 for career kills, as well as digs.
I think her athletic prowess kind of speaks for itself. She even was recruited Division I for soccer, and she played Division I soccer at the University of California, Davis soccer team.
Thinking back to my time at Milken, Ariella was always the person that came to mind as that archetype athlete figure, both in her on-field performance and how that cascaded through the halls, and also just her as a personality and leader.
Ariella should be in the Hall of Fame because she is one of the best athletes we've had at school. She could have played any sport she wanted to. She chose to play soccer and then developed a love for volleyball. She was the consummate student, she was the consummate athlete, and she was a great team member.
Please welcome Chris Scarlotta, Division Head, grades 9 through 10.
You can't talk about excellence in Milken athletics without mentioning Ariella Berry. Ariella was a 6-time All-CIF athlete, receiving honors in both volleyball and soccer. On the volleyball court, Ariella was a dominant force, being recognized as the league's most valuable player in 2011. Ariella still holds our school record for digs, recording 1,093 during her time at Milken. In soccer, Ariella was instrumental in leading the team during one of its most successful periods in Milken's school history, winning 3 straight league titles and reaching the CIF playoffs in 4 seasons. She later went on to play soccer at UC Davis. Ariella's teammates describe her as an exceptional leader who made everyone around her better. Please join me in celebrating Ariella on this incredibly well-deserved award. Ariella, please come up and join me and welcome to the Hall of Fame.
Amitai was an exceptional player. When I met him, he was a raw talent. Amitai was just extremely athletic, extremely agile, and was able to do things that, you kind of realize that if you took a second to practice these things, eventually they were going to become unstoppable moves.
As an athlete, he was just a beast on the field, but also a great leader. He kind of had this very competitive, winning personality, but kept a fun edge to it.
It was exciting to kind of meet Amitai on the court as a freshman because you could tell that something special was coming.
He was not just a great athlete, but he would kind of elevate the entire team. Whether he just walked the 2 sports I played with him, he barely even knew the sport and immediately would just pick things up, knew the foundations of the game immediately, and then would kind of not coach, but would show the little tips that he just learned and would help people and remind them, and definitely brought a whole camaraderie to the entire team.
I think the memory that stands out the most to me was the Beverly Hills High School game, which was a game that we had never really played before as a school. There was a play that I grabbed a rebound, took a couple dribbles, passed it up to Amitai. Amitai took a dribble and dunked it. And that was probably one of the most kind of emotion-inducing moments for me on the court as a Wildcat.
Something that I learned from him, nothing. I taught him everything. He didn't teach me anything, and I taught him everything.
I definitely can take away having fun, taking the most out of what your experience is, what's being given to you, really coming to it with an open mind and curiosity.
He was the nicest, happiest guy I've ever met, just always in a good mood no matter what. No matter if it was coming here at 7:30 a.m. and immediately have a smile on your face and it's like, hey, we're here today, and that's amazing.
Amitai is somebody that can really just do whatever he puts his mind to, which is easier said than done, but he has the ability to really lock in certain ways, and I've noticed that with him in many aspects of life, not just basketball.
I think he would want me to say that he wouldn't be able to do any of this without his mom.
I know he loves his mom, which is awesome, and I love that a lot.
Being raised in a single parent household, that's something that he wears as a badge of honor, and it's something that he really continuously is looking back at his mom and kind of the position that she put him in to be at Milken, to be on that team.
She was at every game. The entire team loved her. All the coaches loved her.
In like a simple standpoint, he deserves it because he, like I said, he won us a lot of crazy games that we shouldn't have won. He came in as like one of the youngest, if not the youngest players on the team, was our best player. I really want to emphasize that we really beat teams we shouldn't have beat. Like, there are a few people who are currently playing in the NBA now, played D1, won national championships, and we beat them in high school because of him, with his help.
He's probably one of the best athletes I've ever seen at Milken. Me and my friends talk about it all the time. Like, we felt like we had a real athletic high school sports experience, which we weren't expecting, and it was really, really fun to see them go through the playoffs and see him just dominate.
I think Amitai is definitely the exemplary Wildcat player. He bought into the program, worked his way through it, started off with me and the seniors and had a hard time and ended it with a CIF final.
Please welcome Bo Lindsay, Division Head, grades 11 through 12.
Simply put, Amitai Afenjar brought Milken boys basketball to a new level of excellence. In 2017, he won CIF Player of the Year and led Milken to its first ever CIF championship. Amitai was a clutch player and built for the game's most high-stress moments. In the 2017 CIF final against Shalhevet, Amitai scored 18 points and propelled the team and Milken to the championship. That was a crazy game. Along with basketball, Amitai was a star football, track and field, and volleyball athlete. A current member of the Graceland University basketball team in Iowa, Amitai hopes to continue to pursue basketball in his post-college career. Amitai is being inducted in a category that is reserved for individuals who graduated from Milken within the last 14 years, aptly named legends. Amitai, your career at Milken is truly legendary. Please come up and accept your award and allow us to recognize you as a community.
Please welcome Rabbi Gordon Bernat Kunin, Rabbinic Head.
I want to share a story tonight about sports and character and teamwork, which I feel the Jewish people really needs to hear at this time. I was working late in my office one Wednesday night when varsity basketball coach Mike Whiting bursted into my office, visibly shaking, and said, "There is no way we are playing that game." I stopped and said, "Mike, what's going on?" He told me how that evening the boys' basketball team had just made an extraordinary comeback in the last minute of its first playoff game to advance to the second round of the CIF playoffs. The second game of the playoffs was scheduled for 7:30 p.m. on Friday night at a Christian school several hours up the coast, and the school adamantly refused to change the time of the game. "There's no way we're playing," he said. "It's totally against our school's values." While I admired his conviction and his devotion, I let him know that we would pose this dilemma to our players. I then called the principal of the other school and informed him that our players would have to decide whether they would participate in the game. As reported in the Milken Roar, or maybe its predecessor, quote, the coach and the school rabbi left the boys, who came from very different backgrounds religiously, in the stairwell of the gym for approximately 45 minutes, right back there, to grapple with their options as a team. The boys wrestled, expressing conflicting opinions, and yet through dialogue, they were able to achieve consensus. When they reported their decision not to play the game, I remember shaking with awe and with joy. As one senior member of the team put it, we refused to play because they wanted us to play on Shabbat, and that was against our values. Another asked, why do we have to play on our Sabbath and they don't have to play on theirs? And finally, a third summed up what many of them were feeling. This decision was so much bigger than one basketball game. This was about the future of all Milken students and about the Jewish people at large. When I reported the team's decision to the principal of the opposing school, he was shocked. An hour later, the phone rang with a proposal. If the Milken team would arrange to arrive before Shabbat, the game could be moved to late Saturday night. Many students, and perhaps you as well, are asking the obvious question: did they win? If I remember correctly, they lost by a sizable margin. And for me, it was the most epic victory in the history of our school. In these difficult times, when Israel and the Jewish people face so much opposition, their triumph is a beacon which burns even brighter than ever before. One of the parents and board members, Ken Gross, purchased a lucite plaque upon which we wrote the names of the coach and the players, taken from the forefather, Jacob, whose name became Israel. It said, Ki sarita im Elohim ve'im anashim vatuchal, for you wrestled with God and with men and prevailed. I would like to ask three members of that team who are here tonight, Leo Grifka, Ben Gross, and Leon Hassan, to please stand on behalf of your coach and your team. Thank you.
When Lisa meets an athlete for the first time, she really has this unique gift where she's able to chart their potential for both their athletic and personal growth.
I actually have two sisters who went to Milken, and they both played volleyball. And so my first memory of Lisa Steenport is her telling me, you're going to be on this team in a few years.
She pushed me definitely to Milken, but I loved it, and it made me realize how much I love volleyball, because I don't think I honestly would have gone into it if it wasn't for her.
One of the hardest things was to apply the things I knew in practice into games, and Lisa helped me translate all of the skills stuff into the intense situations of a game where some of those details actually go out the window.
Lisa gives you 100% of her, no matter what she does. If she's baking bread, or if she's doing service learning, or if she's coaching her team, or teaching her class.
Lisa is always a team player. She's here for her coworkers, her team, her athletes. It's always about everyone else before Lisa.
Her support of me as an athlete went far beyond my years at Milken, and so she was always checking in to see how my volleyball coaching was going when I was a student in college. She came to watch me play in college, and I think that made me feel like she was my coach well beyond the years I was actually on her team.
She eats it, breathes it, lives it. I've never had a coach like her that gives everything she has to that team, and the kids definitely feel it.
She's really built the middle school program, and last year really took a hard look at it and evolved it into a program that could better meet the really diverse needs of our middle school athletes, some of whom are playing year round outside of school for years and years, and others who, are just holding a volleyball or basketball for the first time.
Whenever I have really tough decisions I have to make, I always go to Lisa. Tell me your thoughts, tell me your concerns, tell me the positives, tell me how to work this out so that everybody benefits. And I trust her 100%.
She started a partnership with the Side Out Foundation many years ago. We started out running just a varsity tournament. Now we run 3 tournaments every fall, one for Froshoff, one for JV, one for varsity. And the girls learn about breast cancer awareness month, why it matters to raise awareness. It's become a model for what other teams are doing. And that really started with Lisa's program. Lisa's deserving of being inducted as a coach because of what she's created athletically, what she creates in terms of education through athletics, and how she really aligns and integrates with the larger mission of Milken Community School.
The impact she had on me, and I know the rest of our girls, is just something I'll never forget. Like, I will always put in the hard work, and it stems a lot from the things I learned from her.
To me, Lisa is the heart and soul of Milken athletics. She's the embodiment of the Milken Wildcat.
Please welcome Dr. Sarah Shulkind.
Lisa is a legendary coach at Milken. She's the type of coach you want every student to experience and you want for your own kids. She pushes you to really achieve your full potential, and she uses the court as the best educational sphere you can imagine. It is no surprise to anyone that Lisa is being inducted to the Hall of Fame for her excellence in coaching. Her accolades speak for themselves. She is a 9-time League Volleyball Coach of the Year. She has led 2 teams, including the 2010 girls volleyball team, to the CIF semifinals, and coached 7 all-CIF volleyball players to 11 awards. She has also served as our middle school athletic director since 2005, when we were together in the middle school, where she dramatically grew our offerings and coaching quality. Her players and colleagues describe her as a motivator, a dedicated mentor, and an innovator. Lisa, we are so grateful for everything that you've done for Milken. You are beyond deserving of this honor. Please come up and accept your award.
Hi, my name is Adam Blitz. I was on the 2000 Milken basketball team.
My name is Dan Greenberg. I played point guard.
My name is Jonathan Milgram.
Hi, everybody. My name is Alex Ramanfar, and I was the starting two guard.
I am Daniel Danishwar. I was part of the 2000 boys basketball team at Milken. I played guard and forward for the team.
I'm Johnny Powell. I played backup, power forward, and center.
Bobby Hendlish, shooting guard for the 2000 boys basketball team.
But what made that team special was a combination of leadership and camaraderie. We were invested in each other. We were invested in our collective success. We were invested in what can make the next guy better and how that would contribute to the team.
Everyone played selflessly. We wanted to win. We didn't really care about individual stats or accolades.
No one tried to make the perfect play and the perfect pass so that they could be in the limelight or take the perfect shot. Everyone understood that, if they did what was supposed to be done, they could trust the next person to do what was supposed to be done. And
we wanted each other to succeed. We were always looking out for one another, and I think that just made the experience, the games, the memories 24 years later that much more important.
I also vividly remember the game against Crossroads. It was quite an incredible game, and it has to be one of the feats of Milken athletics, going toe-to-toe with that really good team with, 2 or 3 D1 players. That was an amazing game.
After our second round victory in playoffs, we won, and I will never forget that bus ride home. We just sang or laughing and just had nothing but pure joy for whatever it was, a 2-hour bus ride home. It was one of the greatest feelings and greatest moments that I'll never ever forget.
Victories, wins, losses, they leave a mark, but it was outside the court, and the opportunities we had to really share and those bonds that we had to really forge together. Those are the memories that I still hold on today, and frankly, 24 years later, those are those same memories that we're all talking about when we all get together.
And one of the memories that really stick out to me is we went to watch UCLA practice, and after the game, I was unfortunately in a car accident, and the team cars were right behind me, and they stayed with me and made sure I was okay. And actually, their support really helped me a lot in that moment. And we're just great group of brothers, and we still are till this day.
Those bonds and relationships that we had were unmatched, and I have not experienced that anywhere else.
We played unselfish basketball. We looked out for each other. We cared for each other, and we wanted each other to succeed because we knew that if we did that, we would succeed as a larger group.
That's what I'll always remember. That's extended from everything from on the court to on the bus to that locker room and everywhere in between. And that's what made us a community. It's what made us a family. And that's what makes me proud to this day to have been part of that team.
I wouldn't be the same guy without this experience, without this team. And I'm forever, forever grateful for what the basketball team did for me and helped me in my life. If I didn't have Milken basketball, I know I wouldn't be the guy I am today. Love all you guys, and congratulations to everybody.
Please welcome Jill Gorman, scorekeeper for the 2000 boys basketball team.
The 2000 Milken boys basketball team put Milken basketball, and in many ways, Milken Community School as a whole, on the map. Just a few years after Milken's first graduating class, this team, built on unity, respect, and lots of fun, was truly something special. Under head coach Mike Whiting and assistant coach Michael Burnett, the team dominated with an 18-4 regular season record, including going 12-0 in league play. The team advanced to the CIF Division 4A semifinals, only losing to Crossroads, who had several Division I players by 1 point. As their scorekeeper, I witnessed their magic firsthand and always made sure their stats were in the newspaper the next day. This team set a culture of excellence for Milken basketball that is still felt today. Before I invite the team up to accept their award, I want to take a moment to remember Nick Cadner. Nick graduated from Milken in 2002 and captured all the incredible footage of this team. Nick tragically passed away in 2016. Nick, this recognition is dedicated to you. May his memory always be a blessing. As a community, while we hold Nick's memory in our hearts, let us join in celebrating the 2000 boys basketball team. Please join me on stage to accept this award.
My name is Jackie Lowy, and I was a guard on the 2007 girls basketball team.
Hi, my name is Whitney Gutzian. I was a shooting guard on the varsity Milken basketball team for all 4 years.
I'm Gabby Nomar Parziali, and I played on the 07 girls basketball team as a guard.
My name is Ilana Dreiser, and I was a starting forward on the 2007 women's basketball team.
Hey everyone, this is Sam Klein, now Sam Kolodny.
Jessica, and I was a guard, sometimes also played forward.
I was really fortunate enough to be on the varsity squad as a freshman, and the seniors at the time that were on my team were the best. They brought us in, they welcomed us, they gave us pointers, they helped us through.
Something that was so great about the team is that we were all very close. We were all friends. We wanted to hang out on and off the court. We just knew each other so well. So I played with Rebecca for so long. I knew where she was going to cut, or I knew Sam was going to grab that rebound.
I felt like our team really grew together because we played through middle school and high school together, and all the girls became sort of like a family. We had a work hard, play hard type of dynamic. Worked really hard, but we also had a lot of fun.
Our team was extremely special. We all had a lot of fun. We had Rebecca, who was fiercely competitive and really kept us going, and Jackie, who was so skilled and made the most incredible shots. And I'm pretty sure I just kept the team light and made sure we always had fun. We had so many great team members with such different skills and personalities, and we always just had a lot of fun.
One memory that stuck out to me was when we were down by a couple points, we'd give Kim McKean the ball, and she was our clutch player. She would take it to the hole and win the game for us. And I remember those moments being the best ever because we all got to celebrate and get closer to that goal, win the championship.
It was the second to last game we played. I think it was the semifinals or something like that. And it was the first time where we had a lot of people come. It was a home game. Everybody invited their friends and their family. And there were a lot of people in the gym, which was pretty exciting. I remember it being a very physical game and it coming down to the wire, and we won. But what I remember is that when we won, everyone kind of rushed the court. It was just amazing. It was cool to be a part of a team like that.
Please welcome Dr. Kimberly Schwartz, Chief Curriculum and Program Officer.
The 2007 girls basketball team will be remembered as trailblazers, led by their dynamic coaches, Barbara Ivy Iverson and Danny Hazami. The team recorded a 14-7 record overall and dominated league play with an 8-0 record. The team came together to play one of the best seasons in Milken girls basketball history, advancing to the CIF Division V Southern Section semifinals. Onlookers describe the team as tenacious, determined, and with deep talent across their roster. We're proud to include them in our inaugural class of inductees to the Athletics Hall of Fame. Please join me in celebrating this historic group of athletes. 2007 girls basketball team, please come up and accept your honor.
Hey Milken, Gabby Cohn here, class of 2013. I played center on the team way back when.
Hi, my name is Sydney Gebro, and I was a middle blocker on the 2010 varsity women's volleyball team.
Hi, my name is Talia Myers, and I played outside and right side on our team.
Hi everyone, my name is Jada Hikali, and I played libero on our volleyball team.
I think this team was really special because we had a lot of really great talent on the team, and for me, it was a really great, fun opportunity to play with the older girls. I was a sophomore, so playing with the juniors and seniors was really special and motivating for me.
We all were so passionate about playing and took it really seriously, but also had a lot of fun. And I think within the team, the dynamics were that we all loved each other and got along, and we all were just really excited to be there. We really just loved going to away games so we could spend time together on the bus, and I think it was an experience that we all just really loved and cherished.
The dynamics of the team were humor, competition, a passion and love for volleyball, and just excitement to be at practice.
I think my favorite memory is when we played in Catalina. We all bonded so much that trip. I think we all just kind of let our silly sides out and really got to know each other as people instead of just teammates.
I think one of my best memories was the Dig Pink tournaments that we used to have way back when. They were so much fun just to be with everyone and have such a good time and raise money for such a good cause.
Some of my favorite memories were our Dig Pink tournaments and riding really far to go play and kick some butt in competitions around Los Angeles.
This team was full of really driven, talented, and motivated players. We had a really successful run. It made me want to be better, and it taught me a lot of leadership skills and priorities for future years in my Wildcat career.
Our team was special because of each individual player and our amazing coach, Coach Steeport.
Congrats, everyone.
Please welcome Samantha Lerner, class of 2025.
Each day at practice, our Milken girls volleyball team strives to play like the 2010 girls volleyball team. Their ability to come together and achieve greatness is unmatched. Led by head coach Lisa Steemport and assistant coach Tanya Morrison, the team went 16-8 and enjoyed a 6-2 record in league play. This team knew how to win, and they did so more than almost every other volleyball team in school history, earning their way to the 2010 CIF Division V Southern Section semifinals. Along with incredible talent, this team had unparalleled chemistry. As a current member of the Milken girls volleyball team, I hope our team uses your plaque as motivation for our own success. Please join me in showing our Wildcat pride for the 2010 girls volleyball team. 2010 volleyball team, please come up to accept this honor.
name is Idan, and I was a part of the 2017 boys basketball team.
I'm Daniel Solomon.
My name is Kyler Shohead.
Brian Perlman. What made our team very special was really our love for each other as brothers that we had and still have to this day.
To steal a phrase our coach used to use, our team was like a jazz band out there. Everyone brought different skills and assets to the team, but we were able to play off each other and bring our individual assets together.
What I think helped set us apart that season was the Cooper Invitational, where we played in our first tournament at Memphis.
I think that time together outside of basketball really brought us closer together and closer to each other.
We played really competitive basketball early in the year, and it was really just a bunch of memories that we were able to make together, you know, going to Graceland, meeting the University of Memphis men's basketball team, going to their gym, watching a practice. You know, it's just something I never thought I'd be able to do as a part of Milken basketball, but something I was very proud to be a part of.
And while we've had so many memories and so many stories to look back at, my favorite has to be our win against Shalhevet in the CIF final. Not only did it cap off one of the greatest seasons in our school's history, it just felt so good to win against one of our biggest rivals. We did it in front of all of our family and friends, not just at Milken, but around the whole city of Los Angeles.
That will be, remembered for our whole lives. And the energy in that stadium was something I've never experienced before. And to be the first Jewish men's high school team to win a state championship in the United States, it's an honor.
It felt like the entire school came out to watch every single one of our games that we had. We were playing the best basketball that we had ever had, and it's something I'll never truly forget.
We went through ups, downs, wins and losses, of course, together as brothers. And at the end of it, that's what brought us together and even closer as one family.
Thank you all, and go Wildcats.
Please welcome Coach Thomas Blunt.
I must say, Ivy, you brought me here 1 year too late. I could have been a part of this. The 2017 boys basketball team raised the bar for success for Milken athletics. Under the leadership of head coach Mike Whiting, along with assistant coaches Todd Brandberg, Danny Harold, and Alan Mott, these athletes took the city by storm, going 22-6 in the regular season and earning Milken's first ever boys basketball CIF championship after beating Shalhevet 54-52 in the finals. Your success and the spirit you brought to campus is still talked about today. I look forward to my team seeing the 2017 team's plaque and banner, reminding them that you can achieve your dreams through hard work, teamwork, and passion. Please join me in celebrating our first ever CIF champions, the 2017 boys basketball team. 2017 boys basketball team, please come up, accept your award.
Oh, you finally figured it out, huh?
Ivy is this incredibly quiet, behind the scenes leader. As far as most people are concerned, they have no idea that everything that happens in athletics, Ivy goes and she researches it, and she looks at best practices in the field, and she talks to contacts locally and across the country, and then she comes back with a proposal for how we can do things better.
One memory that stood out to me was we were in a tournament in Orlando, and we were down by like 20 points, 30 points throughout the game, and at the way end, I hit a game-winning shot, and I look over, and Ivy is jumping out of her seat, so excited, and her enthusiasm for the game and for the moment was really, really incredible.
When my family and I, when we talk about our days at Milken and playing basketball, again, those are really special years for us, and Coach Ivy is at the forefront of that.
I think a coach is not only coaching you on the court or on the field, but they're really helping you be a better person in life as well, in whatever capacity that may be.
She would always want us to make mistakes and learn from them, and then from there move on to the next level.
And I think when it came to the heat of the moment or a pivotal point in the game, you would see Coach Ivy's heart and passion come through.
To me, Ivy is the mastermind behind all the great work we do here in Milken Athletics.
I was a student long enough ago to remember when we didn't have systems in place for kind of how many teams are there going to be, or what are tryouts exactly going to look like, or even kind of where are these games going to happen. And I would say that Ivy was responsible for kind of the professionalization in some ways of what our sport experience looked like, and helping it be more serious and more meaningful.
She's just always looking at two things. One is how to be better than we were 5 minutes ago, 5 weeks ago, 5 months ago, and also how to make sure that kids are learning and growing into their best selves individually and as part of a team.
She was just so invested, and she had binders of plays and our stats, and she really, really pushed the Milken basketball program to become what it is today.
Ivy's deserving of being inducted into the Milken Hall of Fame because of the breadth and the depth of her contributions. Everything that we do in athletics bears the mark of her really thoughtful, deliberate research.
I can only imagine the impact that Coach Ivy has made here at Milken over the course of her career these last 20 plus years. I think about someone who's dedicated so much of their professional career to one program, one school. There's no way that you can't have the impact on thousands of students.
She really is the embodiment of the values and the culture of Milken athletics.
She's the GOAT. You think of Milken basketball, you think of Coach Ivy.
Please welcome Dr. Sarah Schulkind.
The best way to end the evening. A leader, a mentor, and a friend. I don't know if there is anyone better suited for the Wildcat Leadership Award than Coach Barbara Iverson. When talking with Rabbi BK about Ivy before the event, he said that there is no one like her who really understands the desire to make our athletic program excellent and to balance it with our core values and our central identity as a Jewish community school. Rabbi BK said, we don't even have to think about it. We always know that Ivy knows exactly what to do. She embraces our school's core values and is synonymous with Wildcat athletics. Ivy has led our athletic program through its most successful period in school history. In her nearly 20 years at Milken, she served as our aquatics director from 2006 to 2010, our associate athletic director from 2010 to 2012, and our upper school athletic director since 2012. Each year, Our teams, under her leadership, win more games, advance farther in CIF playoffs, and have more all-league and all-CIF athletes. Above all, Ivy loves the kids. And in return, she is absolutely beloved by our students, our coaches, our faculty, our staff, our alumni, and our leadership. We could not be more excited to add you to the Milken Athletics Hall of Fame for your very long list of well-deserved honors. Please join me in celebrating an absolute legend and model for all of us, Coach Ivy. To our inductees, to our Milken athletes, past and present, thank you for being here this evening. Thank you for playing such a critical role in the history of the school, and please help us in building our future. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you for joining us this evening to celebrate our honorees. Please drive safely.